They say that opposites attract. But dating services and marriage counselors the world over will tell you that if you're looking for your own true love, you had better look for someone with a compatible personality. Someone who helps the relationship grow and allows you to be you. Same thing holds true when choosing a career. You want a job that you enjoy doing, work that takes advantage of your specific talents. Everybody is an individual, but researchers have determined that most people can be grouped into one of 6 different personality types: the realists, the investigators, the artists, the socialites, the entrepreneurs, and the professionals. We're going to examine these 6 personality types and some of the careers they represent on this edition of LaGrange College Presents.
LaGrange College presents
White collar, blue collar, or no collar at all. There are thousands of interesting, important, well-paying careers out there. Which is the right one for you? Well, here's a good place to start. Decide which of these 6 personality types describes you best, and look for a compatible job. Here's an example of what we're talking about. People with personality type number 1 are called the realists. Realists are hands-on people, practical and straightforward. They see the total job before them and view obstacles as things that can and must be overcome. Realists in today's workforce can include electricians, orthodontists, medical technicians, and biomedical engineers. People like Vernon Carter, who after serving many years as a nurse in the military, takes evening classes at LaGrange College in order to pursue a degree in public health.
Yes, it's been a difficult transition going back to school, but not impossible. And I'm living proof that it's not impossible. I had to do some changing around of the schedule and I had to do a little bit more coordinating with my time. I am married, I have a job, I got kids, and trying to fit studying in was difficult for me. The program that I'm in is public health, and it's set up in cohorts. And what I mean by that is a group of students working together. So that has helped me a whole lot in that we become comrades, so to speak. We're friends, study together, complain together. But that's been the best part of the course, that it's a cohort where I am trying to obtain a goal, trying to get the degree, but there's 4 other people along with me that's doing the same thing. So we're trying to get this degree together.
People who are analytical, intellectual, and scientific belong in category number 2 on our list of 6 personality types. They're called the investigators. Typically, these kinds of workers like to gather a lot of information before making decisions. They question ideas that aren't backed up by rational data. Investigators may be employed as software developers, physician's assistants, veterinarians, librarians, or college professors like Dr. Melvin Hall.
I was born in West Africa, and I have been back and forth about 3 times. I came in 1983 to do a college student exchange in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I came back in 1986 to do my master's. I went to Liberia and I came back in 94 to do my doctorate. My fundamental reason for teaching in science is a passion for learning. Science and technology, they are the backbone for our economy. For us to advance in today's market, students have to have some knowledge of the sciences. We have basically 3 majors in chemistry. We have a BA in chemistry, we have a BA in biochemistry, and we have a BS in chemistry. And our BS in chemistry is mostly designed for students who want to go to graduate school in research, And the BA in chemistry is designed for those who want to teach high school chemistry and things like that. Our biochemistry major is mostly designed for those who want to go into the pre-professional programs like dentistry, pre-pharmacy, or medical schools and things like those. I don't think there can be a better place to work or to deal with students. I see students come here with that passion to learn and that a personal interaction between the faculty and the students. that was drew me to LaGrange College. I do some undergraduate research. I've had a couple of students who did some undergraduate research and were able to publish a paper in the undergraduate research journal. And one of them right now is at Georgia Tech, Thomas Morgan, and another one is at the University of Iowa. Both of them doing their PhD in organic chemistry. Oh, that makes me feel wonderful. Every now and then I get emails from them, tell me how their research is going and how LaGrange College prepared them for their graduate program. That's very fulfilling.
Like we said, the investigators are people who like to gather a lot of information before making decisions. Many LaGrange College students are natural investigators. Jan term at LaGrange College offers students the chance to see what it's like to work as a congressional aide in Washington, D.C., for example, or as a river guide on the Mississippi, an animal research scientist in Costa Rica, an actor in London, or a museum curator in Paris.
I went to the Galapagos Islands with the biology department. There were 13 of us, I think, and we stayed on a boat by ourselves. Well, we had a captain and crew and stuff, but it was just our group. We got to swim with penguins. I was very excited about that. We woke up to a beautiful sunrise every morning. We were in a new place. Untouched nature. You can't touch the animals or feed the animals, so you can get very close to the animals, probably easily within a foot from the animals, and they let you just be there. Lots of turtles. I forgot turtles. That's the main thing we saw was turtles. A lot of turtles. I think the oldest we saw was around 100. Things you would take for granted, like birds here. I mean, I notice them now because of the Galapagos Islands. That may sound cheesy, but...
For me, a chemistry major, like my freshman year, I went to London, and I took a theater class in London. As a chemistry major, it's really hard to take a theater class or something like that with that heavy course load with the chemistry and everything. London was awesome, and we went there, and we were studying Shakespeare. And we saw plays like The Tempest, and even we had a fun play. We saw Lord of the Rings the musical, which was really cool. And like Wicked, we had a time to experience a couple of things that we wanted to do there, and that was an awesome experience as well.
I went to Washington, D.C. on the Capitol Hill internship program. I was involved with the Children's Hospice International Organization. They work to provide support and care for seriously ill children and their families. It gives an opportunity for those of us who speak for them to express the points of view that the families might have about providing therapy and better medical assistance and informing lawmakers about what we need to change in our system so that those families can have better access to those services.
The realists, the investigators, the artists, the socialites, the entrepreneurs, and the professionals. Researchers have observed that most people can be grouped into one of these 6 personality types. Third on the list, the artists, are perhaps the easiest to recognize. Artistic people are creative and imaginative, of course, but they can also be strong problem solvers. They bring to the table an intuitive mindset that complements a more rational approach others might offer. Careers for artistic people include landscape architecture, graphic design, stage production, or newspaper editing. LaGrange College has graduated its share of artistic personality types over the years, from best-selling author Terry Kay to Blondie cartoonist Dean Young to comedian Blake Clark, voice of Slinky Dog in Toy Story 3. Undoubtedly one of LaGrange's most artistic alumni is Aaron Jones, who graduated in 2008 and went to receive a Master of Fine Arts degree in musical theater writing from New York University. Today he lives and works in New York City.
Hi LaGrange, my name is Aaron Jones. I'm a happy, proud alumni, class of 2008. I majored in creative music technologies and also did a minor in theater. I've since gone on to NYU. I just finished my Master's of Fine Arts in musical theater writing. So now I'm living here in New York City, having a blast as a freelance musician and composer. You may remember some of the projects that I did while I was at LaGrange. I wrote an opera called Harold Remove That Ridiculous Scarf. I also did a play called Anthony Leggett's Book of Modern Sensibilities that was produced by the theater department as part of their regular season.
Why don't you go play with the oven or something? You just have to relax to it. Relax to it. What in the world? Oh,
my senior recital, I did a piece called Of Honeybees and the Brevity of Such Things. We're remounting the piece here in Brooklyn. My wife Anna and I have taken the piece, expanded it, added more songs, more story, more elements. We're sort of filling it out to its full potential. It's going to be very cool. If you want to know more about the show, please check out our website, www.ofhoneybees.com. You can find out all kinds of information. And it all started at LaGrange College. I think I have my professors to thank for that and their willingness and openness to all my sort of wild ideas that I had while I was there. I never worried about what I thought or what I wanted to do, or I never worried that something might be too big or too silly to put on, because I could come to my professors and say, I have this idea to do this opera, and we're going to need some help and some people to do it, and a little bit of money to get it going. But they helped me figure those things out. They said yes, let's do it, and we did it, and we've done it a number of times. And that's the sort of can-do American spirit that I've tried to carry on since my time at the college, really believing in myself and figuring out how to make things happen instead of sitting around waiting for them to happen. Another great thing is that my brother, Trevor Jones, who's a current art student at the college, is doing all the artwork for the piece. It's going to be really cool. He's come up with some really neat stuff, and we're super excited to have him on board with the piece as another representation of LaGrange College here in the big city. So thanks for watching. Check out our website, www.ofhoneybees.com. Send me emails. I miss all of you. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.
A quick list of artistic personalities who have attended LaGrange College would also include Dwayne Shattuck, producer of the hit TV series Mad Men, and Broadway actress Ali Gharib. A short list of current students with artistic personalities would include Marcy Wallace.
I randomly just found LaGrange on the internet. It was a total God moment. I found LaGrange, and it seemed really cool, and so I came and got a tour. I just fell in love with the place, the community, just everything. On campus here, I lead worship at FCA, which is something I really love. I'm on BCM leadership, which is awesome. We do Bible studies and stuff like that. And one of the huge things I do here is promote Wind-Shaped Camps, which is a Christian camp for kids started by Truett Cathy, the founder of Chick-fil-A. And it's just an incredible place to show kids Christ, maybe for the first time, maybe just loving on kids. And we have girls from 2nd grade all the way to 12th grade. So there's a huge range of campers that you can talk about God in a lot of different ways and a lot of different aspects. And we have a girl worship team in the morning, all girl band, and I'm the drummer in that. So I get to be a huge part of the worship and watching little kids, 2nd grade to 12th grade in the same room praising God is just a beautiful thing, and I just love it so much. My mom actually passed away this past year from breast cancer, and it's been something that has really been tough. And LaGrange has been such a great place since that happened. I came back to school and obviously was having a lot of issues with schoolwork and stuff like that, and the community helped me so much, and this faculty and the people here. I'm actually in the process of writing a book and in the process of making a CD, which will come out in a few months, and I wouldn't have done that if I didn't come here. I feel like I would have got lost at a big school. It's a place where you just feel comfortable. You walk into the library, you walk into the cafeteria, and you know everybody, and everybody, you don't just know them, but you're friends. And everywhere you go, you go to Walmart and you see everybody, and it's just such a loving community, and everyone is just so supportive, and I'm so glad I chose LaGrange over any other school.
People who enjoy helping others are called the socialites. They fit best into professions that call for patience, empathy, and generosity. They feel called to make a difference and are often strong team players. Socialites make good school psychologists, police negotiators, nurses, physical therapists, and social workers. From the time she was a child, Brittany Ellisor knew she wanted to go into the medical field. Her plan was to play soccer and softball at LaGrange College, major in biology, and go on to physical therapy school. Health complications have since forced her to rethink the details of that plan, but not the ultimate goal of being a helper.
Coming in, I had my plan to major in biology, go to physical therapy school, and now I'm having some health problems with my legs, and I am not going to be able to be a physical therapist. So I am changing my plans, and I'm working with some of the teachers and counselors here at the school. And during Jan term, I'm going to shadow a speech therapist to try to look at different options, different career paths that I could take in the medical field that are kind of similar to physical therapy. I have something called paroxysmal exercise-induced dystonia. It's very rare. It's a movement disorder. It's pretty painful. It's hard to get around campus, but I've had 4 surgeries on my legs since I've been a student here. In the past 2 years, I've had 4 surgeries, but then I found out that I had the surgeries for nothing. I was misdiagnosed. My freshman year, I came and thought I was going to play soccer, didn't make it through the soccer season, and had surgery. I was in a wheelchair, but we didn't have all the ramps yet. And so, my professors were trying to help me get into the rooms and stuff, but everyone's been so nice to help me out. It's been wonderful. But I've definitely grown as a person through it all. I'm a completely different person than I was when I came. It's been a good thing. I mean, it is depressing in some aspects. It's hard, but I'm usually a very optimistic person, or I try to be, and the people who are around me, I get so much encouragement from them. The teachers are supportive. Dean Slay is absolutely wonderful. He talks to me and checks up on me and stuff, and Miss Kirby always looks after me. But I guess a lot of people see me as an inspiration, and it's hard to see myself as that. But if it's helping other people, it's worth it to go through it.
We're running down the 6 personality types and the careers they represent. The entrepreneurs are competitive, energetic extroverts. They often end up as business owners or group leaders and prefer to delegate the pieces of a project while focusing on the big picture. Entrepreneurs tend to go into real estate sales, banking, and financial management. A LaGrange College student who demonstrates the skills and energy it takes to be a true entrepreneur is Krista von Borstel.
Tom's Shoes was started by Blake Markowski. He went to Argentina and saw these children wearing shoes, and actually all of the community wore these certain shoes, and Blake got the idea to make shoes for children that didn't have shoes. When you purchase a pair of shoes, a pair is sent to a child in need anywhere around the world. It's not just Africa. It's in Uganda. I mean, it's in Brazil. It's everywhere, and it's really awesome because they're preventing podoconiosis, which is the foot disease, or it's elephantitis. It's the disease where their feet swell up and they get it travels up their leg, and it's a horrible disease. And so that's one reason why Blake started, is to prevent this disease. This year they gave their millionth pair of shoes out. Last year I joined Servant Leadership, which gave me a way to head up this service project to be able to bring awareness for Toms. And from then until now, it's just been awesome growth. People have been purchasing them, and it's really cool to see. Quincy, who is the chaplain here, he heads up Servant Leadership. We have the bus project, where there are actually a few students on campus go to a lower income community and they help tutor kids. And we have Panther Toy Store, which is at Christmas time for lower income families to come and buy toys for lower price. We aren't doing this alone. We have other students that are just as passionate about service, and we're able to go to events to help us to grow as leaders, and we're able to just grow as a team, and it's really awesome to have that support. My dream is to go and work for Tom's in California and be able to be a graphic designer, because my major's art, and so I really want to implement my major into working for Tom's. That's my dream and my goal, and so hopefully I'm working towards that. So
6 types of personalities. You may be a socialite like Brittany Ellisor, or an entrepreneur like Krista von Borstel. But what if your personality doesn't fit squarely into either one of those categories? Recent winner of the LaGrange College Servant Leader Award, one of the highest honors a student can receive, Kalen Short says he's always known what he wants to do for a living. It's a profession that will require a personality type that falls somewhere between the socialite and the entrepreneur. He'll need to demonstrate patience and empathy, be able to focus on the big picture, and do it with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm and skill. Kalen Short is studying to become a minister.
Yeah, selecting my major, it wasn't particularly difficult for me. I know that a lot of my classmates are kind of the opposite of me. They're still trying to feel out where they're going and what they're doing. But particularly when I decided to come to LaGrange, I knew that if I came here, it was going to be in the department that I'm in. I knew that LaGrange would be a great place for me if I wanted to go on to ministry someday. I'm intern at a church here, Greenville United Methodist Church. I've worked there since my sophomore year, beginning of my sophomore year, 3 years now. And that's just been great because, for one thing, it kind of has prepared me for the positives and the negatives of the ministry. I have a much more realistic expectation of ministry than I think a lot of people who then go off to seminary would. I've spent time working with the kids, with the different boards, with the different councils. I've seen the politics that play a part in it that are important. I've seen the business of the church, but I've also seen the lives affected and the people changed. And, just having the opportunity to preach on occasion when my pastor's out and do things like that is a huge blessing, because not many people my age have had that. And so that's really one of the wonderful things about being here at LaGrange, is that I can do that. So service has always been important to me. It's always been really just a key part of my life. Being selected as the student servant leader for this year just was incredible. I never envisioned it happening. Like I said, I never sought out to do that. I remember as a young boy with my family, we would go wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning every 5th Saturday of the month, and we would go serve breakfast at a local soup kitchen, Must Ministries, up in Atlanta. It was absolutely awful waking up at 5, 6 in the morning to make breakfast. But really looking back at that, and the older I got, the more I began to appreciate it. And so while I've been here on campus, and as I've become more and more of an adult by myself, on my own, I've been trying to continue that, because I feel that it really enriches me as a person, but also helps out the people who you're serving. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. And I just feel like here at LaGrange, with all of that service stuff that I've done and all those life-changing experiences, that sums up my time here perfectly.
We're running down the 6 personality types and the careers they represent. Number 6 on the list is described as orderly, reserved, careful, and efficient. These are the professionals, folks who handle all the details and keep the trains running on time. Compatible careers would include accounting, financial planning, and technical writing. At first glance, you might not categorize Cameron Williams as having a professional type personality. He's captain of the LaGrange College Panthers soccer team. He's caring, outgoing, loves working part-time teaching young people how to play soccer. Cameron Williams wants a career in professional sports, but not on the field. He prefers working behind the scenes.
LaGrange College has been really great for me. They gave me the opportunity to play soccer, and that's what I wanted to do, is continue my playing career from high school. I was selected as a team captain for 3 years of my career here at LaGrange, and I was GSAC All-Conference team, and we actually just came off one of our best seasons in probably about 6 or 7 years. We are kind of like a big family here on campus. We kind of look out for each other whenever somebody needs you, you're there to help them out. My current job is about 30 miles down the road from here at Springwood School, and I'm the head varsity soccer coach. It's a lot of time management. That's something LaGrange has taught me to do very well. I coach high school juniors and seniors, but this past season I had several 8th graders on my team because we had to kind of build a team from scratch. But it's something different because I'm only 22 and these kids are 18, so they're around my age. But we found ways to connect with each other. So My family, we're strung out from Chicago and Alabama, but I've been raised mostly by my mother and grandmother, and they've been just an important part of my life, and they've taught me so many different values that I've carried with me. I'm the first in my family to go to college. You know, I wish my other brothers and sisters would have went, but you know, I've kind of worked hard and kind of gone apart from what they did to better myself. So that's why I think I'm here, and it's just a blessing to be here. I want to coach at first for about 8 years, hopefully, and then get that experience, and then maybe take over a athletic department at a college level and work for the NCAA, hopefully.
The people who staff the LaGrange College Career Center use matching personality tests and other more scientific means to help students and alumni find internships, part-time jobs, and full-time jobs. Hannah Butts, a psychology major from Noonan, Georgia, is a work-study assistant in the Career Center.
I work in the Career Center on the bottom floor of the Smith Building. In the Career Center, we help you with your resume. We help you find internships. I'm doing an internship in January with the Harmony House. They helped me get it since I work in there. There's all kinds of guidebooks you can get that cover everything from finding a major to how to get an A+ on a job interview. They help you with mock interviews. Mock interviews are very important. I did one. I was so nervous, but they'll help you and calm your nerves. The toilet paper is a newsletter, and it has business etiquette tips on it. Miss Katie works on the toilet papers that are around campus, and we put those up in the bathrooms also. Diana, she'll fix your resume. She fixed mine. She'll also help you with the internship applications. She's very good at finding internships out of the blue. Miss Sharon also does the cultural enrichment event. She organized the business etiquette dining. That was a lot of fun. They put on a lot of career events during the year, including career fairs, no jobs for slobs, and resume seminars. They also have job listings on the LaGrange College website for students, alumni, and employers. I work there about 25 hours a month, but I enjoy it so much.
As we close this episode of LaGrange College Presents, here's a basic 3-step guide to finding your dream career. Step 1. Do your research. Find out as much as you can about the industry that you'd like to work in. Find out what skills you need to possess when you walk in the door and which ones you can learn on the job. The internet is a good place to start learning everything you can about your dream career. Check out sites that offer interview advice and tips on writing successful cover letters and resumes. Companies like Monster.com may list some of the jobs available in your chosen field. Step 2. Network with people in the industry. Get to know people who do what you want to do in order to get a first-hand idea of what their jobs are really like. Once industry insiders get to know your face, who knows? They may ask you to work with them short-term when they need fill-in people. Once you know 2 or more employees, ask for permission to visit the office or business location after hours. Talk to some of the other workers. Make sure that you get more than one person's opinion on what it's like to be a full-timer. Your expectations may be confirmed, or you may decide to look elsewhere. Step 3. Create a plan to pursue your dream career. Now that you know what the industry expects of its new hires, ask yourself what you need to do before applying for the job. If there's special training that you'll need to get, will you have to pay for it yourself? Who offers it? Where do you sign up, and when do classes begin? In order to land your dream job, develop a plan and put it into action.